What's up, guys? As promised, I am here to chat with my good friend, my dear friend, Peter Dundas. We're going to talk about the Met Gala. I know you guys are just tuning in. It's so crazy that the Met Gala can't happen this year. But as you can see, everybody is making it happen, right? We're all, doing this thing and, hey, making it happen how we can right now. Raleigh's in the building. Yes, give us some Met life, honey. We're going to do the best we can today. I can say that the Met Gala is like one of my favorite events to go to every year that I get to. And it's always fun when you get to go with your friends and people that you love and that love you and that, always make you feel good and feel sexy, and like really committed to the theme of the evening. Okay, Peter's here. Hold on. Let's do this. Waiting for Peter to join.
Hey, my
What's
darling.
up, Peter?
Hey, how are you?
Amazing. Everybody,
We
Peter
did it.
Dundas is in the building. Peter, you don't understand. I've been trying to do these live chats for like the past few weeks, and every time I try, I swear there's a technical error. So this is good because the first click of the button, you are on the screen.
It was meant to be.
Yes, it was meant to be.
I've had so many issues with it as well, but it's like, thank God, I have some good help here with somebody who's much more technical than I am. So,
I don't know.
that's probably been the saving grace. How are you, my darling?
I'm doing really good. Everyone who's tuning in, this is my good friend Peter Dundas.
Hey, everyone.
I mean, he's an incredible designer, creative director for many amazing fashion houses over the years. And now he's also created his own brand, which is very hard to do, especially in the fashion world, the real true fashion world. And my friend Peter has done it with grace and has grinded really hard. And at this point, there's not one girl who doesn't know about Dundas World or who doesn't know who Peter Dundas is. But more so on a personal level, you are like one of my closest friends, as a friend in general and also as a friend in fashion. And we have had some amazing moments together over the past, I don't know, it's been over 10 years now. I feel like you've been in my life.
It has now by now, right?
Yeah, it's been a long
For
time.
10 years. I mean, it's like,
Over.
you look exactly the same,
Oh,
if not beautiful.
thank you very much. I'll receive that. Yeah, but you look exactly the same too, but I will say, I mean, it's been so cool. For those that don't know, or I'll take you way back to where we first started. We had our first Met Gala experience together, both of us, right?
Yeah,
My
complete.
first Met Gala experience, and then your first. We went
Oh
together.
my God, I was so nervous. So
And it was so crazy. It was super, super. I will say, when I got the letter sent from you for the invite, I was so excited. I was super, super excited. I remember that feeling. It was my first. I was really young. If it was over 10 years, I'm not going to say what age I was, but I was really young, and it was all fresh. Like, my world was moving really fast. All so many amazing things were happening, and this is my first proper invite to the Met. And the dress we had was amazing, stunning. And
mostly,
you said what now?
mostly, I said.
No, it was stunning, but we had a
Well,
crazy
remember
moment.
what happened?
Yeah, we had a crazy moment. So for those that don't know, here we are having our first, time at the Met Gala. The dress is rocking, my makeup and hair, everything is like perfectly in place. We get to the Met Gala, and I don't know what I did, but my dress ripped, right?
Yeah.
And when my dress ripped, Peter and I go into 911 mode, 911 fashion mode. And Peter and I got really close this night because basically I send my security, Mike, to go pick up a sewing kit. Like, we were like, okay, what do we do? And then Peter and I end up in the bathroom, in the women's bathroom. He is basically under my dress, sewing it back together. And it was as close as we could possibly be, you
It was
know.
a real icebreaker, to put it that way, right?
But it worked out. We went back
Yeah,
to the
I
party.
mean, you were perfect. So that's when I
Yes.
realized what a perfectionist you are as well, Cici.
Oh my gosh, you too. I mean, I'm just saying.
You
Um,
know,
but those are moments that
peas
make
in
you
a
know.
pod.
You said what now?
I said two peas in a pod on that one for sure.
Exactly. But it gave us something to laugh about. You know, we
Yeah.
kept going. We moved around the party like nothing happened. There was not one glitch in the night.
No.
And, you know, as you guys can see, sometimes times just don't go as perfectly planned, but it's all about how you respond and how you react to those moments. And especially in fashion, like fashion, sometimes you can be pinned up a certain way, squeezing for dear life for the red carpet, and then you get home and you get to go, oh, and relax. Or sometimes your dress may split, and then you just gotta make it happen in any way possible. And we did that that night, so that was really fun.
It
Um,
was.
and then obviously, you know, I don't know where you want to go with things, because we've had other cool moments. If you want to talk about some of those, or we can talk about the last Met Gala, which is by far, like I say, my favorite thing I've done at the Met Gala. But I don't
And
know.
it was such a moment. I mean, we've had some great ones, you know, for sure. You know, we've been everywhere together. We've been in LA for the Mocha. Remember,
Yep.
you were a black dress of mine.
Yep.
We celebrated. We celebrate when I was at Pucci. We had the opening party at Monsieur Bleu in Paris.
Yeah.
Uh, where you were in a black and white dress. Milan many times. So
Yep.
when you've come to my shows as well, which is always been sweet. We've been to Amphar together. Uh,
Yes.
you know, we've
And
covered
at,
it pretty well.
yeah, we have. And at Amphar, it was pretty magical moment. And I'll say for me, unforgettable, because that was where our dear friend who is resting in paradise, Franca Sozani, she, you know, we got connected there on a deeper level and ended up doing a campaign together. Um,
Yeah,
you know, maybe a year or so after that. And you were actually not even at the fashion house at that time that I was going to be at, and then ended up working out. Like, you came at the timing that I was doing the campaign. But you know, a moment I'll never forget.
yeah.
And
And
we went,
Dubai as well. Remember
yeah,
that was also Franca that
yeah, right,
and I thought that was her event that we were both at, and it was a nice little reunion there as well. So
yeah, that's
we
yeah.
we've been to a lot of different places together, haven't we?
Yes, we have. And most special one of them all, my wedding as well.
Yeah.
How about
Yes.
that? Liverpool. Um, okay, guys, another crazy moment about a thing that happened with Peter and I is in Liverpool. He was there for my wedding. And let's just talk about like the whole process before we got to Liverpool for the wedding dress. I was so excited. Making my wedding dress, never done anything like this before. The person I thought was perfect to call was you, because I know I could trust you with the designs. And also I could just trust you as a friend. And it was such a personal and special moment in my life. And we literally had about 5 to 6 fittings for this dress. Oh, am I frozen
Yeah.
here?
That's
Can
what
you?
it takes when you want. That's what it takes when you want to get it right, and it's like, and we're like I said, we're both perfectionists, and you were great because it's like you had a really clear idea about what you wanted, and that always helps. What's so special about a wedding dress in general is that it is such a personal thing, and you really, when you're a designer, by the way, this was one of my all-time favorite dresses I think I've ever done, and it really was. And you really want to feel that the person that's in it, first of all, feels their absolute best, but you also want their personality in that as well. And I
Yeah.
think that I think that this one with that, I think we kind of managed, and that we had the different fittings. We had a fitting in New York, of course, all over,
2 fittings
as
in
per
New
usual.
Yep.
Was that the second one
There
at
was Allah's.
Lala's house?
Yep. That was like probably the second one after the first one we had in New York. I literally flew to New York to my fitting with you in a hotel, at the
Oh,
Lowell Hotel. Yep. And then we had one with La as well at La's house. I met, and then we had, uh, one in Liverpool. We had the conversations. We had the one before the wedding again, like at rehearsal. I think it was it the rehearsal, wedding rehearsal? I think we got together something like around that time.
Yeah, yeah. We had two in Liverpool, if I remember right, because you were
Yeah,
there for a while setting up. I mean, it's like, you
yeah.
know, you probably chose the most exotic place I've ever known for like a wedding. It was like it was so amazing.
It was really cool. It was amazing. We found this castle, Peckforton Castle, that actually a family just wanted to replicate another castle that was across from it. This is their like creative
Was
experience.
that it?
No one lived in the castle like that, you know. They also use it for special events. But basically, you know, we were able to have the castle to ourselves. And it was really fun. We had multiple fittings there. You also custom made future suit for the wedding as well, which is so cute.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but
He was so
I know he was handsome. And then that was, you made his suit for the wedding rehearsal, the rehearsal dinner. And then we had our, I think I cried at this fitting. I cried at almost every fitting. And
No,
one
no, you
fitting,
cried in Milan, I remember. Because
I cried.
remember we were standing in that big space, and we tried on the dress and all that, and it was a really strange moment, because remember, like the light came down.
Yeah.
Just there was a small window at the top in the ceiling of this like huge empty warehouse, and that was to become our showroom at the time. And we were standing there, and we put everything on, and you kind of go into the middle of the room, and right then it was kind of like this perfect moment that you sometimes have in fashion, where it was like the right time of day, the light shone right down where you were standing. You almost looked like an angel.
Oh,
And I remember, like you know, we were taking pictures, and when you saw it as well, it was impossible not to cheer up. Everybody was kind of like, well, I get goosebumps just talking about it as well, because it was such a moment, you know. It was really incredible.
It really was. And then we
And
also
it
had,
was amazing as well.
oh my gosh, it was really special. And we also had, that moment was really special. And then when you also rebuilt the initials in my dress in New York.
Oh yeah.
You surprised me with the R and the C. I think it's R, C, and W, I think was in the back of my, why am I drawing a blank on the specific, was it R and W? I mean, R and C?
Yeah, I think it was RC and W for
Yeah,
Mrs. Wilson.
exactly. You put that all in the initials in the dress, and I literally was just taken back. And it was another moment of like, this is really happening. So all that being said, you have been a part of so many special moments in my life. And I am always grateful, forever grateful. And the one we're really talking about today is the Met Gala last year as well.
Hey.
What's up, Evie?
Hi, baby. How are you?
Amazing. How are you doing?
Good. You look so beautiful. I wanted to say hi to you really quick. I can't wait to see you pregnant. I want to see more pictures.
I know. More pictures are coming.
Can you believe that was a year ago?
Ciara,
I believe it was a year ago.
Crazy, right? Time goes by so fast.
You killed it. I mean, it was amazing. It was the best time. We were looking at all the pictures. I'm like, Peter, you and Ciara have the best relationship. Like, it was crazy to see how young we were. But last year, I think, was the best moment. I mean, you walked in. Wow.
It was a special moment. I mean, every detail, even with the sketches, when we had the the sketch ideas for the dresses, down to picking the color, which I'm going to post some of those sketch ideas on my stories.
Oh, sweet. Amazing.
But, you know, to like get to the final selection was like a fun process within itself. And then also you had this really big hair that you had drawn on the photo. And I was like thinking to myself, like, okay, how do I like complement this dress with my hair and my accessories? And I was like obsessed with the photo that you drew with the big hair. And I'm like, we got to go big. So I'm talking to Caesar.
I never thought you would do it. I never thought you would.
I know. I mean, but hey, the drawing was so great. I'm like, I have to like replicate this because this is the look. This is the vibe. So I talked with Caesar, my hairstylist Caesar, and then we talked about like the direction, and we were just like, let's go for it. Let's go. Let's be dramatic. Let's be bold. You know, even with the makeup detail with Yolanda wanting to compliment.
Yeah, Yolanda did an amazing job too.
You gave us the creative direction. Say it again.
I said Yolanda did an amazing job. You know, she's so talented and she knows you so well. well.
She does. It really is a family thing. We all get together, and you know, you gave her some of the direction of what you were hoping for, and then she had her references, and everything just kind of came together. But the funny thing is that when you saw the big hair on the actual wig head, you were like, is that too big? You were like, I don't know. And it was the day of the Met Gala, and so it was like, okay, Peter, no, you're not backing out of this big hair, because I am one to also be a little reluctant on like going too dramatic, but it's the Met Gala, it's camp. We can't walk in there just like a little cute, you know, dainty afro. We got to walk in there like, bam, you know. And so
it was big.
yeah, it was. And then you left, which is probably a good thing that you left me for a few hours after you saw the wig. And then you came back and it was all happening. And it was like, whoa. And the look was...
No, you sent me a picture and you were like in a little bathrobe, and it was like the little bathrobe, and obviously, I mean, it was not the dress. The you know, the dress was basically like a whole emerald necklace just turned into a dress, you know, with some feathers on the train and stuff. But it's really an impactful piece. So it's like when I saw you in the little bathrobe, I'm like, you know, it was like for a moment maybe I was tired or what, but I think times where I've seen my hair, like my sketch, actually come to life so much so I was almost taken aback, and I'm like, are you sure? Because I didn't want to get you in trouble either, you know. And it's you know, but thank God that you knew exactly how it was going to come together. And I mean, Caesar's such an artist as well. I think he said he put 6 different pieces together to build it up.
He had several.
So it was like,
yeah.
How was your neck afterwards?
Oh, my neck was stronger after the night. I was walking around like, oh, excuse me. I'm like bumping.
Yeah, but you were
people.
great. You were dancing. I mean, we have those videos that you posted today. I'm like, oh my God, I have those videos. You were dancing.
It was fun though, right? I mean, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed being committed to the theme of the night, you know, for camp. I really felt good about who I was in the room, because I think it's important that when you go to the Met Gala that you embrace the concept and then you make it your own and you make your interpretation of how you perceive the theme of the night. And so for me, you know, I felt that I was being true to who I was in the evening of camp, because camp was a big like question mark, I think, for a lot of us. Like, okay, how do we approach this? Like, what exactly is camp, and how do we want to, you know, be in this theme? And there was no better feeling than when the look came together. It's like, for an artist, as you know, as an entertainer, as you know, a person that's in fashion, when your art comes to life and it's exactly what you envisioned it to be, it is like the greatest high. Like, it's like, you get a rush. Absolutely. You know. And
but I mean, everybody was wowed by you. I mean, like, you know, it's like everybody. And I remember Edward Enninful from British Vogue as well. When he saw you, he was like, like,
yeah, but it was so nice to even look at the pictures again today. We were going through all the pictures, like, it was amazing. But I'm gonna let you guys keep talking. But I love you. Say hi to Russ and the kids for me. I'll let you guys talk. Okay, bye, baby.
Bye. Yeah, but that was a special time. And even, you know, I go backwards. We had a lot of fittings for this dress too. We had to do things as well.
Because Greg, my assistant, he had to go to yours and try on as well, and do a fitting as well. We had to do like a FaceTime fitting. I guess we were like ahead of our times with that one.
Exactly, just like we're doing in quarantine. We're surviving virtually. Yeah. But we did a virtual fitting, and that was really fun and different for us, but it was kind of the best way for our schedules, because my schedule was a little challenging and with yours. And, but that was like really, really, it was really fun. Like, everything came together so perfectly. And it was amazing that when I got to you in New York and you had done like some of the tweaks that we talked about prior in my fitting, that it was exactly like, right. Like, it was exactly what it was supposed to be. Like, it was perfect.
Yeah, well, I mean, it helps that we know each other as well, you know, so you kind of like know where to what the parameters are a little bit about, and what works best. That for sure helps as well. But you know, it's like the team was amazing for that Met Ball as well. They did such an amazing job. You know, we had fittings. There were fittings from India, because, you know, I have some amazing and collaborators that work with me in India on the beadings, getting the color right as well. It was back and forth. You see, I wore green in your honor today.
I love it. I love it. I mean,
And
Go ahead.
I was doing fittings with body doubles in Milan as well, where the ateliers were as well. Like people were like traveling all over, like bringing this together, you know, and which is what it takes, you know. And it's so amazing. I love that for the whole team. It's so amazing when it comes together like that. And of course, it was such a spectacular night and all. It was really, really great.
Yeah, it was.
What's your theme-wise? What's your favorite theme apart from that one, of course?
My favorite theme apart from camp, I would say it was the year of, gosh, what was it called? I actually did like a metallic thing. I'm forgetting the name of the year.
Oh, the Man Machine? No, not that one.
Man versus the Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was another good year of like a good theme, I thought, for the Met Gala. What about you?
I mean, you always look amazing and all. I think, like, as far as an exhibition goes, they're always interesting. I think the McQueen one was quite epic because it was just, you know, it's every designer. I'm sorry for him, you know, I'm very sorry for him that he's not with us so that he could have seen the exhibition, but to have like your whole body of work shown in the way it was and stuff, that's epic. And it's a real treat, you know, to see any artist. I mean, I usually don't call designers artists, you know, I think of us as craftsmen, or artisans. But to see an artistic expression like that, like the total body of work was really, really exceptional, and such a treat for me to see somebody else's creation like that, like the whole body of work. I thought that was really amazing. But you know, they're always interesting, and you know, but I have to say, you know, and it's so great to see fashion displayed that way, and it's such a great night as well to kind of where you have fashion together with music together, like you together with cinema, together with sports as well. I mean, you know, Dwayne Wade was with us as well, which was like putting him in Dundas was quite something as well, you know.
Yeah, I know him and Gabrielle Union.
They're the sweetest.
They were so sweet. Our table was lit. Our table was
we had a fun table.
Our table was rocking. We had a really good time.
You know, like with like you, Emrata, like Gabrielle and Dwayne, and like my friend Natasha as well. Like,
it was really, really.
Of course, yeah. It's you know, that like it was a really nice bouquet of beauties, I have to say. So and so much fun as well.
Yeah, no, it was really a blast.
Oh my God, I almost forgot Poppy was there as well. She was sick.
Poppy was there, yeah.
She was sick, yeah, and so
she had to leave, right?
It was like she kind of snuck off at some point because she had to go.
She had to leave, and she also had to fly. Someone had to fly back somewhere or something.
She had to fly.
Yeah, I remember that.
She had to fly because she's on this TV series, Riviera, and I think they were filming the next day. So it was like I was pleading with her, and she had the flu, and she had to go and all. And I'm like, and she's like, I can't go, and she's like, oh, you can't go, and she's like, but I have to. And it was like finally I talked her into it, but so.
I know, so good. I'm talking to Peter, babe.
Peter, what's up, man?
Hey, Ross, how are you?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Miss you, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm still kicking myself because I didn't see in Miami when we saw each other. We saw each other during Art Basel.
I know.
Where was I?
Super Bowl.
Where was I at?
Oh, no, was it the Super Bowl? Yeah, you told me Super Bowl.
Yeah, you were preparing for Shakira for the halftime.
And I was at dinner.
Russ was doing
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was like almost unconscious because I've been like up sewing like that. So it was one of the projects where I've sewn the most on myself as well. So I was like I was just trying to get something to eat and then get back to work and everything. But it was good.
You did so great. Shakira looked amazing. The halftime was awesome. It was
good.
Okay, so I didn't know how big the Super Bowl was. You know, I almost said no.
Really? Oh my gosh.
You know, it's like I don't. Evie told me like he actually came to me on my birthday in December, and he's like, well, I just got on off the phone with Nicholas Brew, who's Shaq's stylist, and he asked if we wanted to do the Super Bowl, and he said like, oh, and I said yes, and I'm like, said yes, but I don't have time for that.
You got to make time for the Super Bowl.
You got to make time for
happening. You make time. That's by
what
far
an
the most watched event.
I mean, what an organization. We went to rehearsal, and it was like 3,000 people just for the rehearsal and all. Like really, really incredible.
I know. Cool. Russ is like,
next year, you, I hope.
I know, right? Let's do it.
What'd you say, next year? I know, that's a good idea.
I'll start sketching.
That's a dream of mine, that Russ will be playing in the Super Bowl and I'm performing at halftime. So he's played in 2 Super Bowls, and he's won 1 as well. And I will say that I'm like, that'd be so cool if one day he's out there throwing the ball and then I perform halftime and then we get the W at the end of the night. It'd be amazing.
Why not?
That would be the perfect.
If that happens, so we're gonna have a 4, 5, and 6 babies.
Oh my gosh, babe, stop.
We're gonna have triplets in one night if that happens.
Babes, you know, he's just going, he always goes like this, you know, and then every time he does this kind of thing, then, well, not every time, but yeah, every time he does this kind of thing, then something happens. So I'm carrying it now, so, you know, there's nothing more that can happen right now.
Just give me that 6-week break.
Babe, stop.
Kind of want one. I kind of want one event at a time in this case.
Yeah, it's pretty much
one event at a time. Boom, bam. That's exactly it.
Okay, well,
he wants to say hi, Russ.
Oh, hey,
what's up?
How are you?
We were just.
How are you doing?
We were just talking about how I saw you in Miami.
Yes, at the Super Bowl, which I heard him. He was like, "What?" I'm like, "Peter, it's a big deal." I was like, "I've got brothers, American brothers. I know it's a big deal."
Yeah,
so good. Sure. I know they rocked.
No, it was epic. It was epic. I mean, I mean, the energy in that stadium as well. How is that when you play with that? Like, you must feel it.
Yeah, you feel the
no pressure.
You guys got to come to a game in Seattle. You know, it's worth it. It's really special.
Oh, we have to come see you.
Yeah, we have to make that happen.
It's really cool. It's as intense as European soccer. You know, very energetic. Of course. Big deal in Seattle. So you got to come, you know, and so you guys would love it.
That would be amazing. We would love to.
Okay, well, I got to run. I'm going to see you guys.
Go. Okay. I want to say
bye. It was great seeing you.
So good. I know. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's been so many, back to speaking of moments, it's been so many great moments that you and I've had, and that you've also had in your career as a artisan, as you would say, as a, you know, the creative mastermind that you are. And it's been really awesome for me. I will say, when I get to connect with someone like yourself that is incredibly creative, but also an incredible human being. And when you work together, the work comes out, you know, it's like it marks time, you know, like even, it's so funny, it's not about this too. Like, you dressed me for my first Grammy appearance with my big belly.
It's the first time I dressed somebody pregnant, but it's just, but you looked amazing. I mean, like, you looked amazing. It was such it was a fun one to do as well. And it's like, I remember, because I didn't know before the fitting. I don't remember if you told me right before, or
I think the actual, right before.
Yeah, you did, and I had no idea what to expect. You know, how to balance it out and all that, because it's a little bit, you know, you have to balance out the body in a different way. I mean, you always do when you fit somebody and when you make something, but like you know, doing something when you have that bump as well, kind of has its own set of requirements as well. And you want it to be comfortable as well, you know, and you're not going to cinch anything, of course, and all that. But you look
I know. I'm like, okay, but can we make the back, like, you still want to try to like make sure everything grips in the right place, you know, but I mean, you did that well. And then you another time, I think you also rocked, you know, for Pregnant One was also, you did B for the Grammys as well. You know, but I think the great thing about what you do is there's nothing you can't do, you know, that's what I've learned about working with you. And moments, we've had so many amazing moments. Every moment that we've done has been a moment, if that makes any sense.
I think so too, but I think, you know, it's a natural connection, and you know, I think that that's one of the things that I feel like, you know, when we've been really fortunate and blessed in our career with Evie and myself, and now with our own brand as well, to kind of create friendships with the people that we've dressed as well, and we like, you know, and there's a realness there as well, like and all, and it's like you know, I love dressing mothers. I love dressing people that have like that you know, that have a story behind them as well, that and evolve with their story as well, the way we have as well. And you know, there's a few others that we call Dundas girls, which you of course are one of as well. And you know, and it's people with substance, and it's real people, that not just not just a facade, that it's like, but people that have faith, and that you know, and that do other things, that, you know, like your charity work is, you know, beyond this inspiring. I wanted to ask you, with like how you know, in this period as well, like, because I find it so admirable that you take out the time to do that, and how that works right now as well, because it's so important, obviously.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what I've been saying to myself during this time is that it's really such a blessing to be in a place to give, when it feels like we're losing so much collectively as a world and as people. And I think for Russ and I, with our Why Not You Foundation, it's been really important that we find unique ways to focus on the time that we're living in. You know, a great example this year, we had our annual golf tournament that we were going to do in Seattle, and we decided to pivot our direction of focus because of what's happening in the world. And so I think it's just important, when you have a platform, you got to use it, you know, to the best of your ability. And I'm just grateful to be in a place to give, you know, during a time like this. And it's been amazing. We've been able to help with organizations like Feeding America, provide. Now, at first we started with 1 million meals, and then we also partnered up with our good friend Kenny Dichter from Wheels Up, and we ended up being able to do Meals Up with him, and then we went to 10 million meals for starters. And then it was really cool to have people like Tom Brady come on board, and J-Lo and A-Rod, you know, come on board, and JJ Watt, who also plays football. So many amazing, you know, so many people with big platforms are able to come on. And it's just been amazing to see how all of us are working together during this time, you know, to put food on the table for people, or to just give in any way that we can.
Yeah.
So that's been really important to us. And it brings so much joy to our hearts, you know, when you see things actually happening, and, you know, seeing the impact that you're able to be a part of making. So
of course. You're a real inspiration. You really are.
I mean,
Pebbles. So.
Thank you so much, Peter. And you are too. And, you know, again, I'm grateful for all of our creative collaborations, but I'm also grateful for the friend that I have in you. And unfortunately, I have to go hang up. I know you have to stuff too, because we talk all day. That's just how we are when we get together. But for everyone tuning in, my good friend Peter Dundas, one of the most amazing creative minds in all of fashion history. And we've been able to have some really, really amazing moments together. And it's been really fun talking about those moments, and especially in celebration of the Met Gala theme. Yeah. We all could have been going to, but not happening because of COVID. I mean, it's just, you know, the times that we're living in is really surreal, but it's really cool to be able to get together and share our experiences together with my fans, your fans, for people to kind of get a little insight on the Met Gala and how those special nights go. And you and I've had some magical moments, and it was really fun talking about all those moments here. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. You know, I love all of you guys, all my fans watching. Love you, Peter. And
love you, my darling.
And we should chat again. We should do this again.
Very soon.
Okay. All right. Love you.
Okay. I love you. Bye, my darling.